Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. This video will deal with the possibly opening a second front, NATO-Russia. The first front is in Ukraine, and the second one could be opened in Georgia, the Republic of Georgia, not Ray Charles, Georgia on my mind, okay? So not Ray Charles, Georgia, but Saakashvili's Georgia. If you don't remember who Saakashvili is, still alive, Saakashvili was the former president of Georgia, educated in the United States of America, got elected in Georgia like a comet, just shut up, and then he started a war with South Ossetia to get it back. Russia came, smacked him, and then he became a chief of an oblast in Ukraine, and then he got a little bit crazy, and anyway, I think he's in Georgia under house arrest or something. Anyway, what's going on here? So that's one with the second front. The second issue that I will discuss here, I will discuss the issue of reparation, recreate borders, recreate countries, that borders were unfairly drawn by the masters and so on. And Georgia is going to complain. Georgia wants its territories back from Russia after Russia loses. And when it gets its territory back, then you're going to see how Ukraine is going to say, yeah, you're entitled to get your territories back. So we're going to jump back to Ukraine, who's going to make some statements, some officials in Ukraine, not the whole Ukraine, obviously. And they will make some statements, and I will show you how that would be a big problems, a big can of worms opened like this. Because I'm going to talk about Romania, how Romania will say, well then, if Georgia wants those territories, well, we want some territories too. And Hungary would want some territories too. And Poland would want some territories too. From Ukraine, by the way. All right, and other countries will want territories too. So if you open that can of worm, it's like kind of like a reparations here in the United States. Yeah, reparations sounds nice and just and all that, but when you get into actually doing it, you're gonna find out that's a lot of things that you're gonna open up. That's for a different video. Now let's go to this little article. This article, this is I think she's the president of Georgia, I think so. Yeah. So this article comes from the New Voice of Ukraine. Russia must leave occupied Georgian territories after defeat in Ukraine, Georgian president says. So this is like after we assassinate, I think this is what I'm just putting in plain words. After Russia as a country gets, assassinated and destroyed, then we're gonna take, each of us are gonna take a part from Russia. You take Russia's house, I take his bicycle, you take his rollerblades, you take his guns, you take whatever, you get his women. That's how this, she's already ready. When Russia is destroyed, she's ready to take her side, her little piece of something. Very nice. It's like, I don't know if you, something very bad. You have a family member, on a deathbed, so he's dying, and the family is discussing in front of the person who's still alive, who's gonna take what, I'm gonna take his car, I'm gonna take his paintings, I'm gonna take his guns, I'm gonna take his money, I'm gonna take his gold, I'm gonna take his, and he's not yet dead, and you don't even know if he's gonna die or not. He's just sick. Let's put it this way. He's not on the deathbed. So this is how I see this. This is so ugly. Anyway, Salome Zorbichvili, whatever. That's her name. And I'm quoting Miss Zorabichvili. Russia must learn where its borders end. Bloomberg quotes the president of Georgia, this woman right here. Well, if we go like that, then it's a lot of countries that can say the same thing about many other countries. All right. Well, we gotta, United States must know where its borders end. I don't know. France must know where its borders end. Ukraine must know where its borders end. All these things. A lot of things could be reopened. And remember, last time when some discussion like this was open was in 1930s with that crazy guy. Remember that guy? Okay. All right. So, the Georgian, I'm quoting, the Georgian question. Oh my God, they use this question like in the 1930s again. You remember? Jesus Christ, she's an idiot. The Georgian question must be on the table. No one should think this war can be resolved without Russia withdrawing from all occupied territories in the region, end quote. The president of Georgia called to restore Georgia's territorial integrity is contingent on Moscow's defeat in Ukraine, which, according to her, is rapidly approaching. What if it's not, baby doll? Then you're gonna be in hot doo-doo. All right, Russia, and I'm quoting, Russia has already lost the battles, if not the war, she concluded. You have a very poor analysis skills, baby doll. I'm telling you that. On December 7, 2022, Georgia announced it will not provide military aid to Ukraine. That would change, right? On October 22nd, 2022, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky proposed to establish an international platform focused on liberating, listen to this, Moldovan, Georgian, and Japanese territories from ongoing illegal Russian occupation. So this last paragraph, long sentence, will get me to the next subject of this video. Listen to this weasel, Zelensky. Proposed to establish an international platform focused on liberating Moldovan, those Romanians, okay, living in Moldova, the territory, Georgian, and Japanese territories from ongoing illegal Russian occupation. The problem is, buddy, Moldovans, if they need to be liberated, they need to liberate it from your country or the country that you're leading. And your country that you're leading is having a lot of Moldovans from Moldova. All right, so let's go. Let's see where Georgia is. This is where Georgia. I'm going to go with a world map first, okay? It's kind of like weird map, but that's the best I can work with. All right, this is even, can zoom it more than this, but I'm hoping you have knowledge of geography, and let's go with this. This is Europe right here. I don't know if you know, see my mouse. Obviously you know where Europe is, I guess. This is Turkey right here. Now Georgia is east of Turkey, right here in between, in between two seas, okay? Right here, one sea, the other one. This is the Black Sea, and the other one is obviously right here, oh, that's not the one I want, Jesus Christ. Caspian Sea, right here. So here is Turkey, where I showed you on the first map, on the world map, right here, Turkey. And here in between these two seas, all right, there is Georgia over there. So Georgia is right here. This a kind of green, but if it's another kind of green here, South Ossetia, right here in the north of Georgia, and then you have Abkhazia, right here, another green. Now Georgia claims South Ossetia and Abkhazia, right? Russian Federation is behind here. It has just a little bit right here by Abkhazia. It has a little bit of border with Abkhazia and then so on. Now Dagestan, this is Chechnya, where Kadyrov resides, right here by Georgia, and that's great. So Georgia invaded South Ossetia. They have Russian by United Nations they allowed the Russians to have over there peacekeeping forces in South Ossetia for the Georgians. It's a United Nations order, not Russia. Anyway, these guys with Saakashvili attacked. Russia came and punched Saakashvili in his balls, and he retreated, and then he got in bad shape. So now we know what this thing is, okay? Black Sea, Caspian Sea. Now, if you go northwest, you're going to go to the peninsula, the Crimean Peninsula. Now, let's go, for instance, to Europe, right? After Europe, I want to show you where Moldova is, that Zelensky said. So this is Romania, right here, in this little color, right here. And then is Moldova, the yellow stuff stuck between Ukraine and Romania, right here. Now, Moldova, you see how small it is? You see, in between Moldova and the Black Sea here at the end of the map, there's Ukraine. It's this purple rain, like Prince, right? That purple rain over there below Moldova in the south, that used to be Moldova, all right? And I'm going to show you how it used to be Romania. Okay, this is how Romania used to look at one point, all right? And in 1940, this is where Moldova was. Moldova was the whole thing here. This is half, you see, light yellow, a deeper yellow. Deeper yellow is what remained in Romania, and this one was taken, you see the arrow, taken by Stalin through an ultimatum. He said, you give us all this part right here, you see, down here, because this was part of Romania. You give it to us, otherwise we're going to come and you up. Okay, this is Odessa in USSR. This one that went to Hungary, this is part of Transylvania, northwest of Transylvania, went to Hungary. But this from here, all the way down here, this is Bukovina, and this all the way this came to Soviet Union. Soviet Union, Stalin cut the bottom right here, Moldova, and gave this part to Ukraine. So all that up there was taken from Romania, given to Ukraine, remember? Where is it? Right there, given to Ukraine. Southern part here, Chiliano, Cetate Alba, these things given to Ukraine again. So, you know, maybe, see, all this, how small Moldova is. And remember, Moldova was part of Romania. This is how Romania used to be. These are its territories that they claim and so on. This is the big one, the blue Christmas is Moldova with Bessarabia, all this right here. Stalin took half of it almost. This part here took Stalin, and as I said, gave it to USSR, the Soviet Union, and then cut the bottom that and gave it to Ukraine, and the top and gave it to Ukraine. So if we are about to talk about what Zelensky wants, he has a lot of things to give back. And I can also go here and play for other teams as well while I'm at it. As you see here, Ukraine, you see Poland? Poland right here with this red kind of color. They want this part right here. Used to be theirs. They claim it. You see this part right here on top of Romania and in the northeast of Hungary? That's Transcarpathia. That's Hungary wanted. Even Slovakia wants something over there. And then here, that's Romania. So you know what I mean? Mr. Zelensky should shut his pie hole up, because if he thinks it's gonna liberate the Moldovans, he has to liberate them first. But he was talking about Transnistria. That's all he was talking about, because Transnistria is a little strip that was taken by the Russians. The Moldovans, the weasels, now Moldovans, the politicians, it's in 3.5 million Moldovans, I think, or something like this. 3 million live in Moldova, so it's not like the current Moldova. But the what's her name? I can't remember. The president of the woman president of Sandu's her name, of Moldova, has a problem only with the Russians and Transnistria. That's all she has. She doesn't have anything to with Zelensky saying, hey, wait a second, we want the southern part. How about that, Zelensky? Why? Because the boss does not approve of that. And then again, Romania is zipped about saying, you know, Moldova, you have nothing to do to be over there on your own. Not that I want, because Romania is corrupt. You know, it's like two gangs. A bigger gang in a bigger neighborhood, and the other one is a smaller neighborhood. You know, that's why Moldova doesn't want to come, or is not allowed to come to Romania, because it's going to be, you know, instead of being the big boss in a small neighborhood, it's going to be a little boss in a bigger neighborhood. There's going to be some other gang that's going to So Sandu keeps her mouth shut, only has problems with the Russians, not with with Ukraine, to say, hey, that's ours. It was taken, the whole thing. Why are we cutting in like that? Romania keeps his mouth shut for Bessarabia, the Moldova, the southern part that was given to Ukraine, and Bukovina, the northern part, and Saakashvili, what's his name, is the same. Zelensky is talking about liberating. Yeah, he has a lot of Hungarians that could be liberated by Hungary. He has a lot of Polish people that could be liberated by Poland. Germany has a lot of Germans that could be liberated in Gdansk, for instance, in East Prussia, right? I mean, it's a lot of liberation that could... And Poland is never satisfied. Poland wants more. Probably needs a lot of other territories from other countries. Never satisfied. So, Zelensky. And the Georgian president, I think she's ready to, take the sick persons, or the person who's fighting, is battling a an illness, is ready to take his car before he's dead. Very nice. Classy, classy. So yeah, Georgia might open a second front, but I think the Russians will not have any patience with them, and I hope the Georgians stay there and wait before, so at least Russia, and then they come and grab it like hyenas, or not hyenas. Hyenas are strong, like not coyotes, the other one, jackals. That's what they are, jackals. When they died, only then they come and get it. Like they attack Ossetia, like a jackal attacks a chicken. That's how they attack Ossetia. Ossetia, Georgia, but they didn't attack the big dog. It's just like jackals. Anyway, I hope they stay put and they don't act for those guys' stupidity, because I don't think the Russians will have patience with the Georgians, and they're gonna punish Georgia for those guys over there. I'm afraid for the Georgians and the Russians and the Ukrainians and the Romanians and the Americans, but we got some good dudes over there, and I'm not looking at God and angels over there, okay? Just so you know. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.